Good Samaritan, 3, 2, 1.
This is the Legal View with Farah Farah. My name is Chuck Farah, and with me today is my partner, Eddie Farah. Today we're going to talk about the responsibilities of a Good Samaritan. Eddie, what do you think about that area of the law?
Well, Chuck, we've all heard about a Good Samaritan and what a Good Samaritan is, but under Florida law, being a Good Samaritan can end up getting you sued. And that's because under Florida law, if you undertake to do something for someone or perform a service for someone, whether it's for payment, for money, or for free, you owe a duty to that person to not increase the risk of harm. Let me give you an example of a recent case that involved this Good Samaritan statute. There was a case here in Florida where an apartment complex decided to construct a fence around their complex. There was no legal duty for them to do so, and they were not required by law to have this fence, but they decided to do it to keep people from coming in and out of the property. Well, they failed to maintain the fence, and there ended up being a hole in the fence where a 2-year-old child walked through and unfortunately drowned in the retention pond. The apartment complex was sued for their failure to maintain the fence. They argued to the judge, Your Honor, there was no duty for us to have the fence. There was no legal obligation for us to have the fence, therefore we should not be held responsible. Well, the Good Samaritan law applied in this case because they undertook a duty, they decided to construct the fence, and then they had a duty to maintain it, and they ended up being sued in that situation. So you always want to be careful that if you decide to get involved in a situation, whether again for payment or for free, that you don't do anything to increase the risk of harm to that person. For instance, you may see someone in an emergency situation and you decide to get involved. You don't want to do anything to increase that person's injuries because of your actions. What do you think about that, Chuck?
Well, I think the law makes sense. It really requires the person who is about to enter into some sort of activity or some sort of rescue attempt to really think about what they're about to get involved in and to make sure that they're able to handle it and they accept the responsibilities and duties that come along with that activity.